10 Things You Missed in Fake Friends by Martinez Twins. Number 10. The Martinez twins definitely didn't want to take it slow in this song, going straight to the point on the very beginning. And if you really want to understand what they want to say, you're gonna have to read between the lines. Staying true to what they said in the song, it might come as a surprise after listening to it for the first time. But you cannot deny that the title itself is very conspicuous. Well, having a conspicuous title is always good, but Fake Friends kinda cuts right to the point.
Chase, chase, chase. Man, that's all you do, man, that's all you do. Checking Instagram, Martinez twins for the simple goal of getting more views. It's my fake friends trying to steal the Martinators.
So who are they talking about? There are actually many possibilities. It could be someone from the Team 10 house, literally anyone, and it could even be Jake Paul himself. But as this song was written in a very reasonable way, it pretty much leaves us with nothing but an option to wonder who it is.
It's my fake friends trying to steal the Martinators. You still ain't adding numbers, broken calculator. Were you Superman when Jake bought us a plane ticket? We were supposed to be a team, we just wanted to kick it.
Number 9. The internet has changed the world by making it possible to become famous in no time, and the rising internet stars, Yvonne and Emilio Martinez, are a true example of that. Emilio was only 16 when he made his first selfie post on Instagram that went viral and paved the path of his online success. But as in everything, being famous has its downsides. Many people, even those closest to you, start paying more attention simply because they see potential benefit and want to profit from your rightfully earned success. They are basically saying that they are aware of other people using their name to attract more attention to themselves, and despite all that, still cannot grow a large enough audience to be considered as successful as them. Wait, but this video also has Martinez twins in the title. As we are big fans of them, you should join the club and take a second to check out their channel if you are not familiar with them and subscribe. Number 8. Instead of easing into the whole point of the song, the Martinez twins don't hesitate to say what's on their minds right at the very beginning. And they do it in a very specific way.
Were you Superman when Jake bought us a plane ticket? We were supposed to be a team, we just wanted to kick it.
Hold on. If they actually mention Jake Paul in the lyrics, that pretty much rules out the possibility of him being the one they are talking about. Moreover, let's go back in time a bit.
They were weird with us.
You guys are gonna get
Like,
recorded.
man, they were. Yeah,
Okay.
they were mad at you? Yeah.
So just by asking, were you super mad because Jake bought us a ticket, they surely must be referring to Lucas and Marcus Dobre, specifically the drama that was going on a few months back concerning the alleged beef they had with each other.
The real reason why we're not in LA is because we missed our family and we want to be closer to them. We missed the.
They said they tried their best to become friends and it wasn't going so great, so they kinda distanced themselves, while the Dobre twins literally made some distance by going back home to their parents. So are they really the ones being roasted in this video? Number 7. This next part gives away the feeling that they are not aiming for anyone in particular, but rather making a general statement about their current status in terms of internet fame. And here's why we think so.
Martinez twins, who the fuck are you?
The line which they used at the end of verse number 1 is rather invalid if they are indeed targeting the Dobre twins, with the simple reason being that Dobre twins have an insane following on YouTube, over 5 million subscribers to be specific. So even if the first part of that verse was pointing towards them, this surely is not.
All the cameras flash when we're in the room. Martinez twins, who the fuck are you? Right now the world is full of hate and insecurity.
Number 6. Verse number 2 is done by Chad Tepper, and what he actually says is very encouraging for every content creator out there, stating that cooperation and understanding are keys to mutual success, granting both sides a much easier way in troubled times.
Right now the world is full of hate and insecurity. All I wanna talk about is love and unity, respecting everybody even if you shoot me.
But you have to admit,
who
the
shot
whole
me?
song is done in a way that makes us wonder if Chad is actually representing reason within all the drama. I mean, think about it. Wouldn't it be better if what he said actually became a reality for every single person? Of course, it's pretty far-fetched, but insecurity leads to nowhere and only makes things even harder to achieve.
We all want happiness, we all just want respect, so put a fist up in the air if you.
Number 5. So if you didn't believe what we said in the last pick, In the second part of this verse, Chad makes it even more clear and puts a full stop with a single sentence.
Because I know deep down inside you're just the same as me. We all want happiness.
So simple, yet in today's world it takes courage to admit something like that and put yourself on the same level as somebody who you're maybe not that fond of to begin with. Just by saying that, after all, the bottom line is the fact that we're all human, we all make mistakes, and should not confine our respect towards someone by subjective thinking. True happiness is rare, though we need to strive and do everything in our power to achieve it. As for this very situation, mutual respect is hard to come by these days, and you might just find this next thing even more shocking. Number 4. So given the fact that Chad basically owned the second verse of the song by saying all those things about love, unity, and how we are all trying to find true happiness and respect, there might be a slight pinch of contradiction.
All the candles flash when we're in the room. Martinez twins, who the fuck are you?
This may not be what it seems, as you have to agree that this song needs some slang after all. But if we look at the whole picture, they do seem quite angry at whomever the song was meant for.
We were supposed to be a team, we just wanted to kick it. They salty, cause we're making moves, and we run the net, like you used to do. All the candles flash when we're in.
Number 3. This is pretty much the core of their disappointment. Verse number 3 is in Spanish, and yes, there are subtitles.
España, por 3 semanas, nunca me contestabas, nunca llamabas, volví a casa, welcome to it.
But stop for a second and think about this fact. Why is only this part of the song in Spanish? And yes, I know that Spanish is their native language, but think of it like this. They are saying that in 3 weeks they spent in Spain, they did not receive a single phone call, nor an answer upon calling. And if you're still wondering as to why they chose to do this verse in Spanish, well, it may just be because it's actually someone from their home country, a very close friend perhaps. And doing that particular verse in Spanish testifies that it is personal. Do you guys think that this is the case, or it's actually someone from the Team 10 house? Let us know in the comment section below.
Nunca llamabas, volví a casa, welcome to LA. Tus intenciones son falsas como IG base, but I still love you. Anyway.
Number 2. So another question raises as the song is coming to an end. What did the person for whom the song is intended for do to be considered a fake friend? Not calling and not answering couldn't be the only reason, and that is exactly why I said there is much more to this song than meets the eye. Or ear, rather.
I am liberated. I am never waiting.
So the only thing we are able to learn from this part of verse number 3 is that, apparently, nothing is unfixable with a little bit of goodwill. They also had a funny line about their intentions being as fake as Instagram bait.
Tus intenciones son falsas como IG base, but I still love you.
Number 1. We mentioned earlier that this song was made in a specific way, or rather the lyrics were presented in a specific order.
Freed myself, seeking every day.
As we are nearing towards the end of the song, the last part is performed by Julian Martel. With only a few spoken words, this could potentially be a message to all the haters and the very people who the lyrics are meant for, even though throughout the whole song, it is not clear who it is. It practically means that the twins will not stop going forward, constantly moving towards their goal and not looking back in the process. That's all for this video. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe to The Lyrical, and turn those notifications on so you never miss out on our uploads. Also comment down below saying I subscribed, and we'll do our best and reply to everyone who does. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.
Bro, we're gonna spawn. we're gonna spawn in and just shoot all of us.